PINA means Permaculture Institute of North America. We are a trade organization or a business league. We want people to appreciate permaculture because of all the things it can actually do to solve social and environmental problems. Primarily, we want this work to get done. We want to redesign urban neighborhoods and farm to table systems, and we want to prevent wildfire in the western states and wherever else forests are burning down. And we want to empower kids in the city who don't have much to take a new look at their neighborhoods and their communities and be inspired about how they could change it, start a business, put in a park on the corner, go to City Hall and argue for something they need. We want to empower everybody. Everybody has these needs, right? We being those of us in PINA, our board, our staff, people, our membership, people who are committed to this vision, that we could help that come about by organizing permaculturists and other people into active forms for advancing these ideas into projects and programs and movements. This approach where we democratize learning and empowerment is a way that we can accelerate change. PINA was an early leader in permaculture in North America, and there was an earlier iteration of PINA based in Seattle, Washington. And it put a second international permaculture gathering, convergence and conference in British Columbia, Washington, and Oregon in 1986. And it was a big event, the second ever. It brought people from all over the continent and from all over the world. It brought together Bill Mollison, Masanobu Fukuoka, and Wes Jackson, who famously did the see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil gesture with each other to promote peace. Well, anyway, that was the earlier PINA. It folded its doors, and I'm a bridge to that organization, as are some of our members and some of our board, because I took over publishing the newsletter of that PINA, which was called Permaculture Activist. PINA is a leader, and it's now got this legacy, because I told you we were at this 50 years and almost that long in North America. Some of our PINA members today got into permaculture more than 40 years ago. What happens in 10 years when some of us are pushing up daisies? What is it that we know that needs to pass to your generation and the next generation? How does PINA gather up that knowledge and ensure it's preserved, conserved, transmitted? That's another aspect of what we're doing. Succession and conservation of an important legacy, because this has been off the radar for a long time, but it's done some remarkably innovative and creative work. Collectively, that's a huge body of knowledge. There are libraries, there are bodies of students and networks of communities that our people have created. We want to preserve them. If we had 1,000 people across North America who knew permaculture, you wouldn't notice them. They'd be like nothing. But now we know there's at least 50,000 of us in North America who've been trained in permaculture. That's a small city. 50,000 is a city. And our permaculture city, albeit spread thin, has the potential to rise up like trees above that weedy lot, provide a canopy for the birds and the animals, and a gathering place for the people, and stand strong in wisdom for a very long time. And we're trying to achieve that vision. That's a metaphor, but that's what we're trying to do with people and with an organization, trying to transform a network, a loose network, into a more muscular and capacious organization that can put people on the ground to accomplish things. We are wanting to lift the game of permaculture, and we want everybody to rise together with that. We want you to notice that permaculture is advancing in North America because of PINA. Not alone, but we're trying to take it to the next level where now we can cooperate across regions, within regions, on projects, and really make a difference, really take some of these billions of dollars that Washington is appropriating for forest rehabilitation or land changes or better farming or equity or all of that, and put it to work. We think that our ability to solve problems and our practice in solving problems is something not only can we teach others to do, we can demonstrate how powerful it is, and we can make change happen that way. So we think that needs support. We also want to manifest this third ethic in permaculture, which is one is care of earth, one is care of people, and the third is fair share of surplus. We want to make sure that the wealth of the society in all forms is available and accessible to everyone, genuinely. And some of that comes from the understanding of how to garner resources and put them to use, which is what permaculture teaches everyone. We've funded a community garden in British Columbia. We've funded hempcrete building in Alberta. We've funded street side gardens in Orlando, Florida, a teaching garden in Guatemala, films for introducing permaculture in Guatemalan native language, Chiquel, and in Guatemalan Sign Language. We funded a pond in Oregon that rehydrated an entire watershed, forested watershed. Made a film about it. That film's been seen by 300,000 people. Those are just small grant projects.
Yep.
And we'll do more of those. We'll keep doing that. Why? We want to cultivate talent. We think that people with permaculture talent should be rewarded because it's so relatively rare and yet easily achieved. You know, it takes time and experience, but there's some people doing wonderful, wonderful work. We don't even know all their names. We want to call them out. We want to put them up and say, shine the light on these people. Their ideas are brilliant. They're gonna be the revolution in design that's gonna save the planet. So we want to support permaculture designers. We uphold education to make them more professional. And once you've mastered something, you can innovate easily. You can see and move things forward. These are tremendous abilities. We want many more permaculture professionals. Not everybody has to be one. You can do it only in your backyard. You can do it at home. You can do it in your churchyard. You can do it any kind of place. But we need some people who can go and do projects on a big scale. What if we wanted to replant windbreaks and tree belts across the Southwest to keep the desert from advancing? I think we've got some ideas that deserve to be heard. Mollison in '96 at the Convergence in Perth said, permaculture is the largest aid organization on the planet. We just don't know it. And we're trying to get people to know it, ourselves first and the rest of the world after that.